last train arrived half empty. Rainwater dripping from everyone's coats. Blue station lights trembling softly against the windows. A tired man slept beside the door's head, leaning awkwardly against the glass. Two girls whispered over shared headphones, trying not to miss their stop. And somehow, watching strangers continue living always hurts a little more at night. I sat where we used to sit together near the back of the train, where the lights flickered occasionally like old film scenes falling apart. Your reflection used to appear beside mine here. Now only tunnels move past me. Funny how loneliness becomes louder in crowded places. Fluorescent nights and empty trains, the whole city drifting half asleep. Rain sliding slowly down the windows like memories refusing to leave. And nobody waits at the station anymore. Nobody reaches for my sleeve. Nobody laughs softly beside me when we almost miss our stop. Still, every train feels like it's carrying me further into your absence. The announcer's voice echoed mechanically through nearly empty platforms. Somewhere downtown, the siren disappeared into the fog. I remember the winter you loved midnight trains because they made the city feel softer. You once rested your head on my shoulder and whispered, promise we'll remember nights like this. I think that's the problem. I remember too well. Now every station feels haunted, every tunnel carrying echoes of us. And every passing reflection looks briefly like someone I lost. Outside, the rain kept swallowing the skyline. Inside, the train kept moving without mercy. Fluorescent lights and empty trains, blue light shaking across exhausted faces. The city glowing quietly through fog like a dream no one fully wakes from. And nobody waits at the station anymore. No familiar footsteps in the crowd. No one's returning beside me after long unbearable days. Only distant announcements and disappearing lights underground. Maybe heartbreaking cities feels different because everything keeps moving. Trains still arrive, coffee shops still open, street lights still glow against the rain. Meanwhile, your entire universe quietly disappears without interrupting anyone else's evening. And somehow it feels impossibly lonely. Still, the fluorescent lights kept humming as the final train crossed the river slowly. Buildings blurred into pale reflections beyond the rain-streaked glass. And somewhere between one station and the next, I realized I had memorized your absence completely. So now every midnight train carries a version of me, still looking for you in crowded windows. The station emptied behind me, rain continued. waiting for anyone. The first train hadn't arrived yet. Fog resting softly above the tracks. The city looked quieter than usual, like even the buildings were still asleep. I stood alone beneath pale station lights, coffee warming my hands slowly, watching condensation fade from the windows as morning moved carefully toward the skyline. A few exhausted strangers waited nearby, lost inside their headphones and thoughts, everyone carrying invisible stories through the final hours before sunrise. And for the first time in a long while, the loneliness felt gentle, not heavy, not sharp, just distant. Maybe healing arrives quietly, without announcing itself. Pale morning, last platform, blue fog drifting through the rails, and somewhere between night and daylight I finally stopped reaching backward. The city breathing softly around me, train lights glowing through the mist, everything unfinished, everything temporary, everything still beautiful somehow. I remembered the winters that nearly destroyed me, the endless apartments after midnight, the trains, the rain, the sleepless walks beneath fluorescent light, all the versions of myself still wandering somewhere through memory. And strangely I no longer wanted to erase any of it, because even heartbreak shaped the person standing here now. Even loneliness taught me how to survive softness. The sky slowly brightened above the river, turning the glass building silver blue, and the whole city felt suspended briefly between exhaustion and rebirth. Maybe peace is not forgetting, maybe it's simply loosening your grip on the past. Pale morning, last platform, the train arriving through the fog slowly, and for once your memory no longer felt like a wound, only distance, only time, only another season that passed through me. The station lights flickering softly overhead, the world beginning again without permission somehow, that no longer frighten me. I think people spend years believing healing will feel dramatic, but maybe real healing feels ordinary, like breathing easier unexpectedly, like sleeping through the night again, like hearing an old song without needing to leave the room. Maybe survival is quieter than we imagine. Still the pale morning spread across the city, fog dissolving slowly above the tracks, passengers disappearing into waking streets, while sunlight gathered carefully between buildings, and somewhere between the closing train doors and the sound of distant traffic below, I realized the past would always live inside me, but it no longer controlled where I was going. You lay beside me, laughing gently, breath turning silver in the cold air. The snow pressed softly beneath our jackets, sunlight drifting through bare branches above. Everything felt strangely peaceful, like winter itself had slowed down for us. Your glove brushed lightly against mine, cold fingers finding warmth slowly. Neither one of us saying much, because silence already felt complete. And somewhere beyond the frozen field, the world kept moving without us. Cars, cities, people growing older, but none of it reached us there. Some moments feel untouched by time, like they were never meant to disappear. Snowlight, quiet hearts, pale gold shining through the trees. And somewhere between the cold air and silence, I felt completely unafraid for once, like loneliness had finally loosened its hands around me. Tracing shapes above the winter sky, your cheeks red from the cold wind, eyes brighter than the fading afternoon. I remember wanting to freeze the moment, not because it was perfect, but because it felt honest. The kind of happiness that arrives quietly without needing to announce itself. A bird crossed slowly overhead, snow drifting softly from the branches, and your shoulder resting against mine made the whole season feel warm. Somehow, maybe love is simply this, feeling safe beside another person's side. Every breath beneath the winter sky felt lighter than the nights before you, like the world briefly forgot how heavy life can become. I think certain memories survive forever physically, in the body, in the nervous system, in the way cold sunlight suddenly feels emotional years later. Maybe healing begins the moment someone teaches your heart that peace is possible again. Still the snowlight shimmered across the hillside, afternoon fading slowly into blue. Your laughter dissolving softly through the trees, while the sky turned pale above us. And somewhere between warmth and winter, I realized not every beautiful moment needs to last forever. Some are meant only to remind us what being alive feels like. The snow remained untouched around us. The sunlight dimmed beneath the branches, and somewhere inside the quiet frozen afternoon, our hearts stayed warm. The rain had almost stopped outside, Streetlights blurred against the glass. You sat across from me in silence, tracing circles on your cup. Your hair still smelled like winter air, cold from walking through the city. You wrapped both hands around your coffee, trying to warm them slowly. I asked if you were tired. You smiled without looking up, the kind of smile that says I'm still here, even if life feels heavy. And somehow that felt more honest than every dramatic word before. Maybe love was never loud. Maybe it was always this: warm coffee, cold hands, your tired eyes meeting mine, soft rain tapping on the windows while the whole world passed outside. No fireworks, no chaos, no beautiful movie scene, just you sitting beside me quietly. And somehow that meant everything. The cafe speakers played old jazz songs, too softly to fully hear. You rested your head against the window, watching strangers disappear into the night. I noticed the small scar on your finger, the one I always forget about. And suddenly I felt terrified of one day not knowing these things anymore. So I moved my chair a little closer. You didn't say anything, but your foot touched mine beneath the table and stayed there. Outside, the city kept moving. Inside, time slowed down for us. Maybe love was never loud. Maybe it was always small moments like this. Warm coffee, cold hands, your jacket folded beside mine, the rain turning all the headlights into rivers of blurred white light. No grand ending, no perfect words, no promises about forever, just your quiet voice saying, stay a little longer. Maybe growing older means learning that love does not always arrive like fire. Sometimes it arrives softly, like steam rising through cold air, like someone remembering your usual order, like tired shoulders leaning together at the end of the night. And maybe that's enough for me. Warm coffee, cold hands, your sleepy eyes under the lights, the cafe nearly empty now, while midnight settles outside. No noise, no chaos, just your fingers brushing mine, and the strange, beautiful feeling of being understood without trying. The rain stopped somewhere around midnight, but neither one of us noticed. We stayed there quietly, holding warmth between our hands. The sunset painted gold across the shoreline, waves folding softly into the sand. You rode ahead of me laughing, hair moving wild inside the ocean wind. The beach stretched empty beside us, tires tracing temporary lines through wet sand. Music played quietly from your backpack speaker, old songs swallowed gently by the waves. You turned around smiling halfway like you already knew this would become one of those memories we'd carry forever. The air smelled like salt and sunscreen and summer heat fading into evening. Everything felt beautifully unfinished, like youth itself moving too fast to hold. Some moments feel nostalgic even while they're happening. Amber coast, bicycle hearts, golden light across the sea. And somewhere between the laughter and sunset, we became part of the evening softly, not trying, not pretending, just alive together. We stopped near the rocks after dark, leaving our bicycles beside the shore. The sky slowly filling with pale stars while cold waves touched our ankles. You rested your head against my shoulder, talking quietly about leaving someday, about cities, about growing older, about how frightening time feels at night. I wanted to tell you, stay exactly like this forever. But even then, I think part of me understood. Beautiful things survive because they change. Maybe that's why summer hurts afterward, because it always leaves too soon. Amber coast, bicycle hearts, warm wind drifting through the dark, and every second beneath the fading sky felt too fragile to survive. Touched like happiness glowing briefly before becoming memory. I think certain evenings stay alive forever, inside songs, inside photographs, inside the smell of ocean air after sunset. And years later, you still remember them physically, like your body refuses to let the warmth disappear completely. Maybe love works that way too. Still the amber coastline shimmered beside us, waves moving silver beneath the moonlight. Your silhouette glowing softly near the water while bicycles rested forgotten in the sand. And somewhere between youth and nostalgia, I realized the most beautiful moments in life never ask to stay forever, only to be fully lived. Erased our tracks from the shoreline. Summer disappeared quietly into night, and somewhere inside the warm dark ocean air, we stayed young forever. Blue light slipped through the curtain, painting shadows across the room. The apartment felt half asleep, but I couldn't close my eyes. Books still lean against the shelf, exactly how you left them. One page folded carefully near the middle, like you plan to come back someday. The kitchen smells faintly like coffee. even though I start making it at night. Funny how certain habits survive long after people disappear. I walked barefoot through the hallway slowly, listening to the floorboards breathe, and every small sound inside the apartment still feels connected to you somehow. Maybe loneliness is just memory echoing inside ordinary spaces, because the apartment still breathes your name in the silence after midnight, in the blue light through the curtains, in the shape your body left beside mine, and every sleepless hour feels suspended between now and then, like somewhere hidden inside these walls you are still living here softly. A car passed slowly beneath the window, headlights drifting across the ceiling for one impossible second. I almost turned to tell you something. That's the cruelest part of losing someone, how instinct survives longer than reality. I still move towards your side of the bed, still pause outside the bathroom door, still hear you laugh inside my memory more clearly than most voices around me now. The city outside kept glowing quietly, taxis dissolving into the rain. Meanwhile inside this apartment, time refused to move correctly. Some nights healing feels possible, other nights every object hurts again. Still the apartment breathes your name through old sweaters, half-empty cabinets, coffee mugs no one uses anymore, and the blue light through the curtains makes everything look unreal, like I'm living inside a memory that never fully ended. Maybe people never truly leave places, maybe pieces of them stay behind forever. Inside elevators, inside old receipts, inside favorite songs, inside worn out blankets, invisible traces, quiet hauntings, tiny emotional fingerprints pressed into ordinary life. Maybe love is simply learning how to live beside ghosts gently. So tonight, the apartment stays awake with me, blue light trembling across the walls, rainwater sliding slowly down the glass, like time itself has softened here. And somewhere between exhaustion and mourning, I finally admit the truth. Part of me is still waiting for your footsteps in the hallway, for your keys against the door, for your tired voice saying I'm home. The city dimmed toward morning slowly, the apartment remained quiet, and your absence kept breathing softly through every room. Blue light moves slowly through the curtains, painting the apartment in soft neon shadows. The city outside looked half underwater, silent beneath the rain. I sat beside the window for hours, Watching headlights drift across wet streets, every passing car disappearing eventually, like everything else seems to. The radiator clicked quietly beside me, old pipes trembling through the walls. Somewhere upstairs, somebody laughed briefly. Then silence returned again. I wonder if loneliness changes people physically, if the body slowly learns how to survive emotional winter. Some nights the city feels endless, other nights it feels impossibly small. Neon silence, cold windows, rain falling somewhere far below, and me still awake at 4 a.m. watching reflections blur themselves apart. The whole city glowing softly through fog, like memory trapped inside glass. Beautiful, distant, untouchable. Your old voice notes still live inside my phone, tiny frozen pieces of another life. Sometimes I replay them quietly, just to hear warmth again. Outside, the train crossed the river slowly, its lights fading beneath the mist. Everything moving forward constantly, while part of me stayed behind somewhere. I used to think heartbreak felt traumatic, now I think it mostly feels empty, like rooms after midnight, like unfinished conversations, like winter air entering through cracked windows. Funny how sadness becomes quieter over time, but never fully disappears. Neon silence, cold windows, the skyline dissolving into rain, and somewhere beneath all the fluorescent light, I still carry versions of you through sleepless nights, through crowded stations, through every lonely walk home, like emotional static beneath ordinary life. Maybe cities become beautiful at night because darkness hides how lonely everyone is. Every glowing apartment window contains somebody remembering something, missing someone, trying to fall asleep peacefully. And maybe healing is simply this, learning how to coexist with absence without letting it consume you. Still the neon light kept trembling through the room, blue reflections moving across the ceiling slowly, rainwater sliding endlessly down the glass, like time softening around old pain. And somewhere between exhaustion and morning, I realized I no longer wanted the past back, only the version of myself that still believed warmth lasted forever. The city dimmed towards sunrise quietly, the apartment remained cold, and the neon silence stayed beside me until morning arrived. The fog erased the building slowly, Streetlights fading into pale blue air. Everything looked unfinished tonight. Like the city itself felt tired. I walked without hearing my footsteps, hands buried deep inside my coat. Cold air settling into my lungs like silence, becoming physical. The river beside the road looked black, barely moving beneath the fog. A train sounded somewhere far away, then disappeared again. And for a moment I couldn't tell if I was lonely or simply empty. Some nights sadness feels loud, other nights it feels like nothing at all. Midnight fog, hollow streets, blue lights trembling through the dark. And somewhere beneath the silence I felt pieces of myself drifting farther away. Not breaking, not healing, just fading quietly into the atmosphere. A convenience store glowed faintly in the distance, fluorescent light against endless blue-gray haze. Inside, a tired cashier stared at the television like sleep had abandoned him. To the whole city felt emotionally suspended. Cars moving slowly through blurred intersections, nobody looking at each other, everyone carrying invisible exhaustion home. I remembered who I used to be before loneliness, the version of me that still spoke easily, still believed warmth lasted, still thought people stayed. Now even memory feels distant, like voices underwater. Maybe emotional exhaustion looks exactly like this. Midnight fog, hollow streets, cold rain drifting through empty roads, and every passing shadow beneath the street lights look briefly like someone I almost became. The city dissolving around me slowly, like identity itself losing shape. I think there's a point where heartbreak stops feeling emotional and becomes atmospheric instead. It enters the weather, the lighting, the silence between thoughts, the way you move through rooms at night, until one day you realize sadness no longer visits you. It lives with you. Still the midnight fog swallowed the skyline, street lights disappearing one by one, the river moving silently beside the road, while blue light faded into dawn. And somewhere between exhaustion and numbness I realized I wasn't waiting for anyone anymore, only waiting to feel alive again. The city disappeared completely behind the mist. Morning remained far away, and the hollow streets kept carrying me forward without asking where I belong. harbor still looked half asleep. Fog drifting softly above the water. Morning ferries crossing slow silver waves towards cities waking in pale light. I stood alone near the railing, hands cold against the metal, watching gulls disappear into open sky like thoughts finally leaving my body. The ocean smelled clean and endless, nothing like the apartments I survived in. Nothing like fluorescent nights or trains carrying old versions of me home. Somewhere behind me, coffee steamed through the cabin windows. Passengers spoke quietly beneath yellow light, everyone moving towards something. And for once, so was I. Maybe healing feels less like arriving and more like slowly drifting forward again. Golden static morning ferries, sunlight trembling across the sea, and somewhere between the waves and cold air, I felt my sadness loosen slightly, not disappear, just soften around the edges. The skyline fading slowly behind me, like a season finally ending, like winter losing its voice inside my chest. A child laughed somewhere near the stairs, running between exhausted travelers. The sound felt strangely unreal. After so many silent months, I remembered who I became during loneliness, how carefully I carried grief, how deeply I believed certain nights would never end. But the ocean kept moving without hesitation. The ferries kept crossing every morning. The sky kept opening wider, no matter how long darkness lasted before it. Maybe survival is hidden in repetition, in small ordinary continuations. The water reflected everything imperfectly, and somehow that made it beautiful. Golden static morning ferries, blue waves dissolving beneath sunlight, and every passing gust of ocean wind felt like memory leaving the body slowly, not painfully, not dramatically, just naturally, like fog disappearing after dawn. I think people underestimate gentle healing, the quiet walks, the unexpected mornings, the strangers who smile briefly without knowing what they saved you from. Maybe life returns gradually, one soft moment at a time. Still the ferries cross the harbor endlessly, morning light scattering through the mist, passengers disappearing into waking streets, while gulls circled above open water, and somewhere between exhaustion and hope, I realized the future no longer looked Each cafe open slowly, chairs scraping softly across the floor. Morning lights build across the water, turning the waves pale gold. I sat near the window with warm coffee, salt air drifting through the room. A sleepy song played through old speakers, too softly to fully hear. Outside, the ocean moved without urgency, waves folding endlessly into themselves, like the world understood. There was no reason to rush healing, and maybe that's what I needed most. Permission to become soft again. After all those sleepless winters, I forgot life could feel this quiet. Pale waves, slow sunlight, morning air against my skin. And somewhere between the sea and silence, I felt something inside me loosen gently. Not grief, not loneliness, just the weight of surviving too many dark nights alone. A couple walk slowly near the shoreline, their shoes dangling loosely from their hands. The kind of ordinary happiness I once thought I had lost forever. But strangely, watching them didn't hurt anymore. It only reminded me that love still existed somewhere in the world, even if it no longer belonged to my past. The waitress smiled while refilling my coffee. Outside, ghosts drifted above the water. Everything felt painfully ordinary, and somehow beautiful because of it. Maybe healing begins when life stops feeling haunted. Pale waves, slow sunlight, cloud shadows moving across the sea. And every breath of cold ocean wind felt like another piece of myself returning, not the version from before heartbreak. Something gentler, something wiser, something quieter. I used to think survival meant becoming stronger. Now I think it means becoming softer without breaking completely. Learning how to trust warmth again, learning how to sit peacefully beside memory without letting it consume the entire horizon. Maybe that's enough. Still the pale waves kept reaching the shore. Morning light riding in across the coastline. Strangers laughing softly through cafe windows while the city disappeared somewhere behind me. And for the first time in a long while, I wasn't looking backward anymore, only outward, toward whatever waited next.
shoreline, like soft conversations ending peacefully.
I walk through empty coastal streets slowly, hands hidden inside oversized sleeves. Coffee shops still dark behind the windows, the whole town breathing quietly before morning. As cyclists pass beneath pale streetlights, seagulls drifting above sleeping boats. Everything felt suspended briefly between dream and ordinary life. And for once, the silence inside me matched the world around me. No urgency, no sadness, just stillness. Silver mornings, quiet ties, cold air against my face. And somewhere between the ocean and sunrise, I realized the past no longer hurt the same way. It still existed, still mattered, still shaped me softly, but it no longer pulled me underwater.
I sat beside the marina for a while, watching fog dissolve above the boats. The same kind of fog that once made entire winters feel endless.
Funny how different life looks afterward. The nights that nearly destroyed me now feel far away,
like train stations viewed from moving windows, still visible but no longer reachable.
A dog barks somewhere down the shoreline, a fisherman laughed beside the docks. The world kept continuing beautifully without needing permission from grief. Maybe healing is not becoming someone new. Maybe it's remembering how to feel present again. Silver mornings, quiet tides, soft clouds drifting through pale sky. And every breath of salt air felt like another layer of heaviness leaving my body. Not dramatically, not all at once, just slowly, like winter finally ending.
I think people misunderstand peace.
Peace is not perfection,
not permanent happiness,
not forgetting difficult years.
Peace is simply this:
sitting beside the ocean at sunrise and realizing your heart no longer feels at war with itself.
Maybe that's enough.
Still the silver morning widened across the harbor, light trembling softly above the waves. Strangers beginning another ordinary day, while the sea carried reflections toward open distance. And somewhere between memory and morning,
I finally understood.
Life had continued growing quietly around me, even while I was grieving.
And now
I was finally ready to grow with it. The sun rose higher above the coastline slowly. The harbor awakened beneath pale light,
and the quiet tides
kept moving endlessly forward without looking back.
Amber light spilled across the train seats. fading slowly behind us. Everything outside looks softer at sunset, like the world was learning how to let go gently. I watch fishing boats disappear into distance, small white shapes against endless water. The ocean looked calm beneath the evening sky, quiet in the way healed things often are. Passengers slept beside fogged windows, headphones leaking soft unfamiliar songs. Somewhere a child laughed softly in another car, the sound drifting briefly through the aisle. And for the first time in years, leaving didn't feel tragic, only temporary. Maybe every ending contains movement hidden inside it. Amber skies, soft departure, golden light across the glass. And somewhere between the shoreline and dusk, I felt the past loosen completely. Not erased, not forgotten, just resting peacefully behind me. I remember the winters I barely survived, the fluorescent nights, the lonely apartments, the trains carrying grief through sleeping cities. Back then, I thought sadness would follow forever. But now even those memories glowed softly, like old film scenes fading around the edges. Pain transformed slowly by time into something almost beautiful. Outside, telephone poles drifted through open fields, clouds burning gold above distant hills, the whole horizon widening endlessly ahead. Maybe healing means learning that life keeps offering new landscapes. Amber skies, soft departure, the ocean disappearing into twilight, and every passing mile carried me farther toward a version of myself no longer built entirely from memory. The world still held loneliness, still held endings, still held goodbye. But now it held possibility too. I think survival changes your relationship with beauty. After enough darkness, even small moments feel overwhelming. Warm train lights, evening clouds, coffee cooling beside your hands, music drifting through strangers' headphones. Tiny ordinary miracles everywhere. Still the amber sky stretched endlessly above us, sunlight fading softly through the train windows, passengers disappearing into evening silence, while distant towns glowed beneath the hills. And somewhere between gratitude and freedom, I realized I no longer miss the past itself, only the tenderness it taught me. The coastline vanished completely into dusk. Night gathers slowly above the tracks, and the train continued quietly toward the dark, carrying all of us forward. The last train bends the rails, and paper orange trees.
Your sleeve brushed mine like it remembered me.
We passed the closed down deli with its chair upon the sign.
I said I'm fine. You said you're lying. And the dust kept falling slow on the cracks we used to know. Your hand was light, mine held on like a song
Half gone.
Walk me home again. Walk me home again. Let the silence stay. Let it say our names. Walk me home again. Like we're not the same. Bus windows held our faces, soft and out of reach.
Your laugh came back in pieces like a song I couldn't keep.
We talked about the little things to miss the bigger ache.
2 cups cooling in the dark, 2 hearts learning break. And the dust kept falling slow on the cracks we used to know.
Your hand was light, mine held on like a song half gone. Walk me home again. Walk me home again. Let the silence stay. Let it say our names. Walk me home again. Like we're not the same. If I turn around, you'll still be there. In the window glass, in the cool night air. We were young enough to call it love. Now we call it enough. Walk me home again. Walk me home again. Let the silence stay. Let it say our names. Walk me home again. Like we're not the same. Walk me home again. Until the dark feels tame. The highway shimmered beneath the sunset, tall grass glowing beside the road. You leaned your arm outside the window, letting the evening move through your fingers. Old songs played softly through blown speakers, the kind that only sound beautiful in summer. Your sandals kicked against the dashboard while golden light danced across your knees. We drove without a destination, past empty fields and fading barns. The sky stretching endlessly above us, like the world had finally opened. And somewhere between your laughter and the sound of tires against warm pavement, I forgot every difficult thing that once lived inside me. Some nights feel temporary, even while they're happening. Honey skies, wildflower roads, sunlight falling through your hair. And every mile beneath the evening clouds felt too beautiful to survive. chorus. We stop beside a quiet gas station, fireflies drifting through the darkening fields. You bought peach soda and cheap candy, laughing at the way I always chose the same things. The air smelled like dust and warm asphalt, and somewhere nearby a train moves slowly through the countryside, its lights disappearing beneath violet clouds. You rested your head against my shoulder while cicadas filled the cooling air, and I remember wishing silently that life could remain this simple forever. Maybe happiness feels fragile because we already know it can end. Honey skies, wildflower roads, warm wind moving through the night, and every second beside you felt suspended outside of ordinary time, like the world had softened briefly just to let us exist inside it. I think certain evenings become permanent. Not physically, not literally, but emotionally. They stay hidden inside songs, inside smells, inside summer air after sunset, inside old photographs fading around the edges. And years later, you still carry them quietly, like glowing pieces of another life. Still the honey sky burns slowly toward darkness, stars appearing above distant telephone wires. Your silhouette glowing beneath the dashboard light, while the road stretched endlessly ahead. And somewhere between freedom and nostalgia, I realized the most beautiful moments in life never ask to be permanent. Only remember the highway disappeared beneath the stars. Summer drifted softly into night, and somewhere inside the warm dark air, we kept driving forever. The convenience store glowed softly, like the only awake place left in the city. Fluorescent white against the rain, breathing quietly beneath the dark. I bought coffee I didn't really want, just to stay somewhere warm for a while. The cashier looked half asleep, scanning items without speaking outside. Neon signs trembled in puddles, red and blue dissolving together like old memories, losing shape. A couple stood beneath the awning, laughing, sharing headphones in the rain. And suddenly I had to look away, because once that was us two. Funny how strangers accidentally reopen wounds. Convenience store lights at 2 a.m. Cold coffee warm in my hands, slowly rain sliding down the city windows, like your ghost still moving through the streets. And everywhere I walk tonight feels quietly connected to you. Every passing train, every flickering sign, every tired face beneath fluorescent light. I wandered aimlessly after midnight, past empty bus stops and closed cafes. The city felt endless in the rain, like long expanded into architecture. Your old messages still lived inside my phone, tiny frozen versions of us. Sometimes I scroll too far back just to hear your voice in my head again. A taxi crossed the intersection slowly, music leaking faintly through the windows. For one impossible second, I imagined you inside it, still reaching for my sleeve, still laughing beneath the rain, still alive somewhere close enough to touch. But memory plays cruel games after midnight. Convenience store lights at 2 a.m. The whole city glowing pale and distant. Rainwater carrying reflections everywhere, like pieces of another life. And your ghost beneath neon red keeps following quietly beside me. Not enough to hold, not enough to forget, just enough to make every lonely night heavier. Maybe heartbreak in cities becomes permanent, because cities never fully sleep. There's always another train arriving, another window glowing somewhere, another stranger carrying invisible sadness home. And maybe that's why the world feels most honest after midnight. Because everyone wandering through neon rain is secretly searching for something they lost. Still the convenience store lights stayed glowing while the rain softened toward morning. Cars drifting silently through wet intersections, like dreams dissolving into fog. And somewhere between exhaustion and memory, I realized I wasn't trying to find you anymore. I was trying to find who I had been beside you. The automatic doors closed behind me. Warm air disappeared into the cold, and your ghost kept walking quietly beside me. Through the city after 2